All right, welcome back. Today we're going to go over an embolectomy and thrombectomy, the procedural steps and anticipation guide. These are critical vascular interventions used to restore blood flow in compromised extremities. As surgical technologists, our role is to stay ahead of the surgeon and maintain control of the operative field. This presentation breaks the procedure down into phases to help us understand both workflow and timing. I'm going to start off like I always do. I'm going to introduce myself. So I am a university and a state college surgical tech instructor and certification coordinator. And I am also the author of the Surgical Technologist Guide for Procedure Steps and Anticipation Tips. It is available on Amazon in print or ebook. I will drop the link in the description of the video. I also developed surgicaltechreview.com for students to use throughout their program or to review for their certification exam. All right, so let's get into this procedure. This procedure involves the removal of an embolus or thrombus to restore distal perfusion. The most commonly affected vessels are the femoral and popliteal arteries, which supply the lower extremities. When these vessels are obstructed, it creates an immediate ischemic threat. The primary goal is rapid extraction of the clot to preserve tissue and prevent limb loss. Understanding this urgency helps guide our anticipation during the procedure. Organization of the Mayo stand is essential for efficiency and safety. Instruments are grouped by function, including cutting, grasping, vascular intervention, and closure tools. Key items include a number 11 blade, pot scissors, DeBakey forceps, vascular clamps, and the Fogarty balloon catheter. Having these arranged in procedural order allows for smooth transitions. Anticipation starts with setup, and poor organization can delay critical steps. This procedure is divided into three main phases: access and isolation, intravascular intervention, and restoration with closure. Each phase has a distinct focus and rhythm. Phase 1 emphasizes exposure and vessel control. Phase 2 focuses on clot removal, and Phase 3 restores flow and completes closure. Understanding this progression allows the surgical technologist to anticipate instrument needs. The entire procedure follows a predictable but high-stakes workflow. This phase begins with patient positioning and verification of the affected extremity. The surgical field is prepped widely to allow for extension if needed. It's important to confirm whether the procedure will remain open or involve endovascular components. Fogarty catheters should be available, but not opened yet. Early preparation ensures flexibility as the case progresses. The surgeon makes a small incision over the target vessel, which is often highly vascular. You should be ready with mosquito hemostats immediately to control bleeding. Dissection continues carefully to expose the vessel while protecting surrounding nerves and veins. This phase follows a clamp cut rhythm that you should anticipate. Staying organized and responsive is critical during exposure. Once the vessel is exposed, it is isolated and controlled using vessel loops. These loops help prevent both proximal and distal blood flow before the arteriotomy. As a tech, you must track loop placement carefully and avoid opening unnecessary extras. This step stabilizes the operative field and prepares for safe intervention. Precision and awareness are key here. This phase begins with systemic heparinization to prevent clot formation during the procedure. Vascular clamps are applied, and clamp timing is critical for patient safety. The surgeon then performs an arteriotomy using a number 11 blade and extends it with pot scissors. This step requires precise instrument passing in a steady field. Anticipation here is essential because this is a high-risk moment. The Fogarty catheter is used to remove the clot in a 3-step process: insertion, inflation, and extraction. The catheter is passed beyond the clot, the balloon is inflated, and then it's withdrawn to pull the clot out. You must confirm the correct balloon size before opening the catheter. Maintaining sterile control of the catheter is critical throughout. This is a core intervention of the procedure. Multiple passes with the Fogarty catheter are often required to clear the vessel. These passes may be performed both proximally and distally. The vessel is then flushed and back bleeding is assessed to confirm patency. Adequate back bleeding indicates successful clot removal. Be prepared for additional passes if needed. There is a clear shift in surgical rhythm between phases. Phase 1 involves rapid, gross dissection with a clamp cut pattern. In contrast, phases 2 and 3 require slower, more controlled, fine motor movements. The instruments also change, shifting from general dissection tools to more delicate vascular instruments. Recognizing these shifts helps you adjust your pacing and anticipation. This phase begins with closure of the arteriotomy using fine suturing techniques. You should confirm the correct suture type before opening anything. Once closed, clamps are released carefully to restore blood flow. Immediate bleeding control may be necessary after reperfusion. This is another critical moment requiring focus and readiness. After flow is restored, the surgeon achieves final hemostasis and irrigates the field. Small bleeders are common, so suction and hemostatic tools should be ready. The incision is then closed in layers, and counts should begin early. Finally, a sterile dressing is applied. The dressing should allow for post-operative vascular assessment. In summary, success in this procedure depends on mastering the procedural rhythm. The surgical technologist must transition smoothly from wide exposure to precision intravascular work. Maintaining strict instrument discipline is critical during key steps. Anticipation and organization drive efficiency and safety. Ultimately, this is what ensures a successful outcome for the patient. Thank you very much for joining us for the embolectomy and the thrombectomy. Like I said, all of those links are going to be in the description. And as always, like and subscribe for more procedures.